Let's check out this TRENDnet Punchdown tool for terminating Ethernet cable. It has a setting to control the impact force, which lets you choose between low and high. This bottom switch releases the second punchdown blade that's stored inside the handle. Here's the blade that I use to punch down Cat6 cable. Take note of the small angled blade on the right side here. Positioning this correctly is crucial for properly punching down wires. You'll see why this matters in a minute. The side that this little blade is on is also stamped with text that says cut to let you know which is the cutting side. So I have some solid core Cat6 cable and a Cat6 Keystone jack that are both made by Monoprice. Let's use the punchdown tool to terminate this cable. This Keystone jack conveniently comes with the wiring diagrams for both the A and B Ethernet spec labeled on the sides of the Keystone. I'm going to be using the more popular B spec. I usually strip off about 1.5 to 2 inches of the cable jacket. I'm cutting off the center separator so that it isn't in the way of the wires. Then I separate and untwist the pairs so I have access to each individual wire. Ideally, you want to keep the wires twisted up to the point where it meets the contacts on the connector. In practice, I don't know how much this really matters. I'm optimizing for making it easy to arrange everything. Following the wire diagram on the sides, I'm placing the individual wires on top of the contacts and gently pressing them into place. Now we're ready to punch down the wires with the punchdown tool. You want to hold the tool vertically and place it over the wire that's sitting on top of the connector slot. Make sure that the blade on the punchdown tool tip is facing outward towards the wires that are hanging out of the keystone. Then press down to compress the spring-loaded internal mechanism in the tool. When you pass the trigger point, it will slam down onto the wire, forcing it into the connector slot. I like to run the punchdown tool a few times in each slot until I see that the wire is fully seated at the bottom. At this point, the excess wire is cut off by the blade on the tip, or if it's hanging on by a thread, I'll just pull it off manually. Repeat this for all of the wires until they are all punched down. This Monoprice Keystone comes with a strain relief at the back where you can attach a zip tie. This mechanically connects the jacket on the cable to the keystone, so any movement will be managed at that point rather than on the wire connections. Now I can put the little covers on top of the keystone and this thing is good to go. I hope you found this useful and I'll catch you in the next one.